Hey, how you doing, YouTubers and YouTubettes? It's StevenTocher, and I am shooting this video on April 7th, 2013. Now, this video is actually happening way before the production of the video will come out, when I hope to shoot most of the videos all at one time as I show the succession and the different changes in my body. And I only am doing this from time to time, and it won't seem linear at times, but I want to make sure that I do these so that you can get the full impact of what's going on in my life and what's going on in the entire series. As you can see as well, my dirty facial hair continues. I think this is about 3 weeks since I've shaved. I don't have the quote-unquote brown gene. I guess it skipped me. I know it's absolutely gross. I must look like a patchy, like little hamsters are all over my face. But that's just the way the Lord made me, and I hope it looks okay. But yeah, so anyway, I wanted to show you on a serious note what had happened in the past 4 weeks, and really which led to week 20 and me being back to nearly 100% health, and probably the roughest point that I've had in my weight loss journey so far. I'm doing this video of an absolutely terrifying month because I nearly gave up on this project altogether. I felt absolutely inadequate. I felt tiny, small. I felt even God couldn't use me anymore. And about 4 weeks ago now, I think in week 16, I tried to eat a heck of a lot more calories so that I could change the way my body was burning, and then I could kind of reset it to continue the high speed of burning which I was doing. Now, while doing this, I got a nasty cold because I work with the children. They're always wiping their little boogies on me, and they're always coughing and hugging off of my shoulder or my arm, or they're holding my hand. And I ended up getting this really nasty cough, which made me have a lot of cough candies, a lot of like sugary drinks, a lot of teas, and I started gaining weight, and I started gaining a lot of acne. This then cold led to a flu, and hard times at work. I was just not dealing with things to the best of my abilities. I was rushing certain areas when it comes to just overall ideas and paperwork. It affected my Bible study, and I started to actually lose hope on the series as well as just who I was as a person. I started relying on my own strength and my scale to keep me going with this weight loss project and just in life. And this was a grave and big mistake. About 2 weeks after this whole nonsense started in my devastating month, I rolled my ankle trying to play badminton while tired, while not feeling the best, and this actually pushed me back even further. I started to stress. I had fears that were going on in my life that were completely and utterly private, things that I would basically never really tell anybody, as well as family issues. And things were just continually to pile up, and this led to myself. I don't know if I gave it to myself or if it happened because of food or something else, but something allowed my body to give off the feeling and as well as the symptoms and the actual physical problem of hemorrhoids. Now, hemorrhoids is usually stress-induced, and it is horrible. When you have hemorrhoids, like your entire lower body hurts. It's very hard to use the washroom, and it's very painful. So if you're feeling those things, and maybe you're watching this video at any time in the future, maybe you may have the symptoms of hemorrhoids if you don't know. So look into that. If you are really stressed out, or maybe you ate something, or maybe you did something the wrong way, you could be have damaged your body a little bit from the inside. And that was about 4 days of a pretty intense pain, hard to sit, and just hard to do the day-to-day things that I wanted to do. And this was one of the final things that really just was almost the nail in the coffin for me to stop doing this video series. And I just felt utterly depressed, utterly helpless, and I just felt so weak. My discipline was gone, and I was almost decimated by what had happened overall in this month of basically the beginning of March to the beginning of April. To finish it off, the end of this week, I messed up my finger pretty badly, and I also had 4 cavities, which was about 2 hours of drilling on my face, which actually happened on the Friday, which was about 2 days ago. And I found myself having to totally lean and rely on God. Now that's, I think, the beauty of it, is that sometimes we go through these horrifying and terrible times so that we can fully trust in God. And God carried me through this. He carried me through the entire weekend, and I just became very, very blessed. I was very, very blessed with the feeling of peace and grace, and I started to really trust Him again. And then the fear started to dwindle away, and people like friends and family just came around me and started showing me a lot of love, even though they didn't know what was going on in my life. They just came around me. These things started to also squash some pride that I had deep down inside of me that I wasn't dealing with. And pride is a terrible thing, and I will always strive to destroy pride in my life and try to live humbly, because when you live humbly, you're just more approachable and you can help people better, and you're just a person that, don't get me wrong, you still have to have confidence, but pride can really destroy relationships around you and puff yourself up too much. I also found that strength outside of me led me to a peaceful situation. It's things that we're doing that caused me to have a little bit more fun. And I realized how much you need to rest. You know, sure, I felt at times even stressed while being relaxed about not losing the 50 pounds in 20 weeks of this new goal that I established in my head in the past months that was causing me to stress out as well. But this whole process and the whole reason for doing this is for health. And if I'm not healthy and I'm not resting and I'm not doing things the appropriate way, then you know what? I have to learn, and I have to take my time, and I have to do something which is a necessity for your body, which is rest. And all these things allowed me to have a moment of clarity, a breath of fresh air, if you will. Should I be happy about all this? Well, it's interesting because at the beginning of March, I had asked the Lord to show me ways of how I could show people that living in a legit fashion with moderation, proper health can actually help you in many ways in your life. And now I was blessed to go through this type of experience. Now some people say that's crazy. You went through a lot of problems, and a lot of things are going on in your head. But if I'm learning and I'm getting stronger and I fall down and I get up, that's just life. I'm becoming a more resilient person. Like the calluses on my hands that I used to have when I was a roofer, the pain went away after I became not callous towards my situation, but I became stronger, and the calluses formed and just became a part of my body, which gave me strength. So I am actually very glad that this month happened to me, and I wanted to show you that my daily, weekly, monthly problems and despair that I've gone through my whole life will come back to me even when I am feeling great and even when I am doing proper things, and even in the future when I'm either doing my films or my writing or whatever might come my way. I will fall down, but I hope through God's strength I will, through God's strength, get back up again. And I hope that that helps you to help people as well to look for these problems that they may be going through and that you can really help them. These problems during this perfect time frame allowed me to properly showcase how to hopefully you can become a stronger person and lift people up around you. To all my comrades and comradettes out there, I want you to realize that I am going through the same things that you are going through, or the same types of things. And you are going through something that you may be able to help someone else at because you have the knowledge and the background and the sensitivity towards that situation. Also, as a result of these fears and pains and things that I went through, I also want to show in this week's progression how some foods, which I've taken pictures of and I'll explain right now, helped me during this time to get over my hemorrhoids and get my life back on track. Not only for myself, my mind and my body and my spirit, but my energy level as well. Alright, so for breakfast I would have a high fiber drink, and you can find these at most drugstores. I would have some high fiber fruits, apples, mango is fantastic as you see in the picture. I'd mix it up with some grapes, and I'd have a bran cereal or a complex carbohydrate cereal with that. For lunch, because I was sick as well as battling the hemorrhoids, I was on a constant diet of soups. In this particular soup, you can see that I have leeks, carrots, I have some oats, and I have some barley inside. I have chicken, potatoes, onions, all kinds of awesome stuff. And again, not only does this taste great, but it gives you a ton of energy when you're sick. And finally, I'd have a healthy dose of vegetables in the evening with complex carbohydrates. Again, in this photo, you can see that I'm having a pita, which is a whole wheat pita, complex carbohydrate, and I was having a curried cabbage with chicken. Great stuff, low calories, really keeps you going, good energy, and just really helped out with the hemorrhoids in general. If you have a comment or question, drop it in the comments section below. I'll try to get back to it as soon as possible. If you want to check out anything that pertains to this video, check it down in the description right below this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus, pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.